Hi everyone, this is Donny Lowy from Closeout Hope you're doing well. You're welcome to visit my warehouse the next time you are in New York, or you can order through the website closeoutexplosion.com. Alright, today I'd like to discuss with you how to run a dress boutique. I'm a wholesaler that primarily sells dresses, so I'm very familiar with what it takes to be successful at selling dresses. I get a lot of feedback from my customers who have boutiques themselves, so I'd like to share experiences and advice and information that I've come across. Okay, so the first thing, when you run a dress boutique, you want to make sure that you're tailoring your dress boutique to the marketplace that you're serving. If your dress boutique is located in an area where the shoppers are women who are working for hotels and they need to have a certain dress code, whether it's a dress code that's based on a more conservative style or they need brighter, flashier colors, whether they need very short dresses, whether they need long dresses, you need to be aware of that. You also need to be aware of the price points that your customers can afford to buy dresses at and the price points that they're willing to buy the dresses at. They might be able to afford an expensive dress, but they might not be willing to spend that amount of money on the dress. Or they might not be able to afford an expensive dress, but perhaps their workplace is the one that's paying for the dresses if they're going to be wearing the dresses on the job, and therefore you want to look at the budget of their employers, not of the consumers who are going to be wearing those dresses. So it's very important to know the market that you're selling to. The next thing is, you need to look for wholesalers that can supply you with the dresses that your market needs. You need to be able to be very focused. You might come across some unbelievably good wholesale and closeout deals for dresses, and they could give you a very large profit margin, but if those are not the dresses that your customers are looking for, then you don't want to buy those dresses unless you want to use those dresses to attract a new clientele to your store or to your website. But assuming they're going to be focused on your clientele, which is what I recommend, then it's better for you to buy wholesale dresses, even if the profit margin isn't as large as in those closeouts, but as long as it fits the customers that you're going to be selling to, then you want to sell those dresses because you're going to be giving something to your customers that's going to make them happy. Now, when you run your store, you want your customers to know the price range that you sell your dresses at, and you don't want to fluctuate by having dresses that are substantially above that price range or substantially below that price range. Now, if you're going to have dresses in your store that are going to be priced much higher than the price range that your customers are used to, your customers might assume that you're going to start raising your prices and they're going to stop coming to your store to buy dresses from you. At the same time, let's say you sell dresses in your boutique and your average sales price for a dress is $100, and now you get a really good deal on dresses and you decide to sell dresses for $50 in your store or for $10 in your store. You don't want to do that because now customers are going to assume that the quality of your dresses is going down, that you're not carrying the same brand name dresses, and they're going to assume there must be something wrong with those dresses, and that's the reason your prices have gone down so much. So always try to maintain a set range of prices for the dresses that you sell in your boutique. If you are going to have a sale, and sometimes it makes sense to have a sale, then you need to be very clear why you're having the sale, and you need to make sure that your customers realize that those prices are only valid for that sales period. Otherwise, your customers are going to expect to pay those prices all the time. While running your dress boutique, you want to compile an email list and a phone list of your customers. This way, you can periodically send emails out to them, letting them know when new shipments come in. You could call them on the phone, let them know what dresses you have in stock, and when you have a special sale, you can send an email out and call your customers and let them know about that special sale. As far as marketing your dress boutique, you can market it online. You can use pay-per-click advertisements like the Google AdWords program where you pay every time someone clicks on your ad. You can also use paid publications. You can take an advertisement out in a local newspaper or in a magazine. Just make sure that your audience is reading that publication. I would rather take an ad out for a dress boutique in a publication that only reaches 1,000 people, as opposed to taking an ad in a newspaper that reaches 50,000 people. If that publication that only reaches 1,000 people is going to give me a very targeted audience comprised of people that are looking to buy those dresses, right? You can reach 50,000 people with your ad. If no one is interested in buying dresses, or they're not looking at that newspaper while they're thinking about buying dresses, that's not going to help you. But if you take out an ad in a publication, whether it's an online publication or it's an offline publication, let's say you send out an ad to an email list of women who are looking for dresses for their office. Now you know that that's a very targeted market. So even though you're only reaching 1,000 women, but those are 1,000 women who are looking for the dresses that you sell, assuming you sell dresses for the office environment. You can also form joint ventures with other boutique owners. Let's say you find a boutique owner that sells women's shoes and you sell dresses. You can advertise each other's boutique, and this way you could both benefit from each other's customer base. You can also set up joint ventures where you market each other's business with dry cleaners and with other businesses that are also selling to the customer base that you would benefit from when you sell to them. Alright, my website is closeoutexplosion.com. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Have a great day.